Hi, everyone. It's Mrs. Savage. I am here to talk to you about our math lesson for the day. It's lesson 8.8 in your math book, and it's called Find Part of a Group Using Unit Fractions. So, we've been working on fractions for a while now. You have a numerator, which is the number at the top, and you have a denominator, which is the number on the bottom, right? So, the denominator always tells you what? Go ahead and tell somebody. The denominator tells you how many are in a whole group, and the numerator is the part you're talking about. Okay? Now, when you're talking about a unit fraction, we did unit fractions back when we were still in school. A unit fraction always has a 1 as the numerator, and it can have any number as the denominator. But a unit fraction always is whatever the denominator is how many pieces are in the whole, and the unit fraction tells you what one of those pieces is. So the unit fraction for this shape is 1/3 because it's just one out of all of them. If this had more pieces, the unit fraction would not be 1/3 anymore. It would be, this is a new tool I got. Oh, maybe that's the eraser. Okay. It would be 1/4. So the unit fraction always tells you about one piece of a shape or a group. And a lot of times, if you have the unit fraction, you can find the shape or you can find the group. Okay? So I'm going to erase this. I'm excited that I found this new tool that helps me write on here. So we're going to take a fraction and then we're going to figure out how many are in a whole group based on it. If that sounds confusing, just sit tight. I'm going to show you. All right, so let's look at this problem. It says Audrey buys a bouquet of 12 flowers. 1/3 of them are red. How many of the flowers are red? Okay, so let's look at these questions. How many flowers does Audrey buy in all? Well, I know from reading here, Audrey buys a bouquet of, my line isn't that straight, 12 flowers. She buys 12 flowers. What fraction of the flowers are red? What other fraction do you see in that problem? Take a look. I'll get rid of this sloppy line that I have here. It kind of covers things up. All right, what fraction? 1/3 of them are red. So what fraction of the flowers are red? 1/3. Okay. Now, if we were together, we would be putting these out on your desks, but instead we're going to draw a picture on here. Put 12 counters on your math board. Okay? Since you want to find 1/3 of the group, there should be how many equal groups? Well, because our rule of thumb is always look at your denominator. Your denominator tells you there's how many groups in 1/3? There are going to be 3 equal groups. So I'm going to take my 12 counters and I'm going to put them into 3 equal groups. Now, if I don't know this right off the top of my head, I'm just going to deal them out like cards. 1, 2, 3. Did I do all my flowers yet? Nope. I got to go to 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I there? Nope, I need 12. 10, 11, 12. Did I deal out all my flowers? Yes, I did. Okay, bear with me. This is my first time using this tool. Now, the only thing that kind of stinks is that I can't scroll down without messing up the alignment of my picture, but I'm going to have to do it. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to go back and 1, 2, 3, 4. I knew I had 4 in each of those, right? And there, I'm a lot better at it that time. Circle one group to show, well, one group of this would be 1/3 because you've got 3 groups here. 1/3. And now let's count how many counters are in that group. 1, 2, 3, 4 counters in the group. So 1/3 of 12 equals how many? 4. So 4 of the flowers are red. Let me recap. We knew we had 12 flowers. We knew about 1/3 of them. We were trying to find 1/3 of 12. What we did was we used the denominator. We made 3 groups, and then we dealt out 12 flowers into 3 groups. Then we figured out how many flowers were in each group. Okay? I'm going to, if you have any questions or anything from that, write it down so that we can talk about it. Okay, I'm going to erase that so we can move on down the page. Let's look. What if Audrey buys a bouquet of 9 flowers? So now I have 9 flowers, and 1/3 of them are yellow. All right, so now instead of 12 flowers, we've got 9, and we know 1/3 of them are yellow. So when I look at my denominator of 3, that means I'm going to make 3 groups. Whoops, camera's over here. 3 groups. So still getting used to these drawing tools, but I'm happy I have them. I'm going to make 3 groups. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to deal out 9 flowers into those 3 groups. Now, if you know how 9 and 3 work together, which a lot of you do, you might know this. But because this is a new concept, deal out 9 flowers. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Now, how many flowers are in each group? Count up those flowers just in one group. How many? You're right, 3. Okay? So 1/3 of 9, or 3 flowers. Not the best here with this yet. I think I already said that. Here's a cool thing. I can type. Flowers are yellow. Now that would be better if I moved it down, but we get the gist. Okay? Take your unit fraction, make as many groups as you have in your denominator, and then deal them out till you get the total of the number you're trying to find, and then you're getting your answer. Okay, let's keep going. Let's try this one. Raul picks 20 flowers from his mother's garden. Okay, I know Raul picked 20 flowers. That's important. I'm going to circle it. 1/4 of them are purple. There's my fraction, 1/4. How many of the flowers are purple? This is just like what we just did. We know we want 1/4 of 20. All right. How many equal groups do I have to make? Here's a hint. Look at the denominator. Here's my denominator. 4 groups. They're doing this in rows, which you can do. I prefer groups because it makes more sense to me, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's my 4 groups. And now I'm just going to deal out 20 into those 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I got it. Now, how many are in each group? How many are in each group? Well, in one group, I count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 counters in each group. So 1/4 of 20 is 5. 1/4 of 20 is 5. Okay, I want you to start to look and see if you can find a relationship here between the unit fraction and the number that you're trying to find the groups. There's a relationship between these two numbers and all the problems we've done. Okay, so let's take a look at one of these. I'm already getting over 10 minutes, so I don't want to keep this going too long. Let's use this model to find 1/2 of 8. Well, you might hear that and say, 1/2 of 8? I know half of 8. It's, go ahead and say it out loud. What's 1/2 of 8? Okay, but let's use our strategy. Even though you know that, let's use our strategy. I need to look for my denominator. It is 2. So I need to put these counters into 2 groups. They're already there. 1 group, 2 groups. And now my question is, how many counters are in each group? You got it. It's 4. Now, hopefully, when we first said 1/2 of 8, you said, oh, I know half of 8, it's 4. Well, look what we got when we did the other strategy too. So it really works. All right, let's look down here. These get a little tricky, so take your time. Circle equal groups to solve. Count the number of flowers in one group. We want to find 1/4 of 8. Look at your denominator. That's how many groups you need. That's how many groups. Not how many flowers in each group, how many groups. So let's look. I need to make 4 groups. How am I going to make 4 groups out of these flowers? I'm going to go like this. Boom. 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 Of course, this would be neater if we were using pencil and paper. So now I made 4 equal groups, and now I need to count the number of flowers in one group. How many yellow flowers are in one group here? You're right, there's 2. Okay. Take a look here, 1/3 of 6. First step, look at denominator. That's how many groups you need. How do you want to make these into groups? Do I want 3 in a group or do I want 3 groups? I hope you said 3 groups. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. How many flowers are in each group? 1, 2. There's 2. Now, I don't think I went back and looked at this for the first problem, but check it out. 1/3 of 6 is 2. Up above, I said, think about a relationship maybe between 2 and 6 and that 3 or 1/3. Same thing here, 2, 8, 1/4. What are those? Is there anything going on with those numbers there? Is there anything going on with these? Let's do this last one with these tulips. 1/6 of 12. I have 12 tulips. Look at your denominator. Find that many groups. 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sloppy. 6 sloppy groups. How many tulips are in each group? 1, 2. 2 tulips are in each group. So 1/6, one of the 6 groups is 2. All right, I hope this helps. I will be on office hours, and I can definitely work with you more on this because I know it's a little challenging. There's a few steps. Here's your steps. Write them down if you're not sure, if this is confusing. First step, look at the denominator. Second step, the denominator is how many groups you need. Third step, draw the groups. Draw the groups you need. Fourth step, count how many objects are in each group. Okay? Find the denominator. That's how many groups you need. Draw that many groups or circle that many groups. Then count how many are in each one. All right, come on office hours or morning meeting, or send me a message and we can get on Zoom if this doesn't make sense, but we'll keep practicing. All right, guys, see you soon. Bye.